Hello and welcome to another edition of Another Book Review. This week I'll be reviewing The Return by Michael Gruber, talk very briefly about the author, go into a spoiler-free overview of the plot, talk about what I liked about the book, what I didn't like about the book, who I'd recommend the book to, and finish off with what I'll be reading for next time. Michael Gruber has been a professional author since, I believe, 1990. He's written several different books as well as a series of books. This book, The Return, is the first of his stuff that I have read and is about a Vietnam veteran named Martyr who returns to Mexico where his wife, who's now deceased, is from in order to settle an old score. In doing so, he becomes involved in a war between the Mexican drug cartels, the various factions of the Mexican drug cartels, and the book is really kind of an action book in his dealing with that. I like that character a lot. He has some different layers to him. He has a sense of faith that comes up several times in the book. That's kind of one of the underlying themes of the book. And I think the set pieces were well done. There are a couple battle scenes in the book that I think are well done. And I think that Gruber does a good job of giving you his backstory and flashbacks in the novel that kind of explain his time in Vietnam that are kind of demarked by different font. So whenever Martyr goes into a story about his time in Vietnam during his service there, the book changes fonts, which I thought was a cool little way to denote what was past and what was present. The Skelly character, who is kind of his best friend, is a special forces guy. And that character I enjoyed reading a lot as well. So I liked those things. I think my biggest issues with the book were really the pacing. The book felt like it was kind of dragging to get through. And I wish that, especially in, I'd say, the first half, it picked up a little bit in the second half where some of those set pieces are. But the first half especially, it felt like it dragged to me. I think the book has I think Martyr's daughter is a character in the book. And I wonder if by cutting that character, if the page count had gone down a little bit, if it felt a little faster. It's not to say that she has no role in the plot of the book. I just felt that character I had a hard time connecting and caring about that character. And I think the book ends in kind of a strange place, and I didn't really feel fully connected to the ending of the book as much as I would have liked. I think if you're someone who read the Cartel, which I reviewed for the channel, I'll leave a link below. I think this is kind of a similar novel to that. I felt that book, the pace was much more propulsive in that book, which I enjoyed a lot. I think that this book is similar, but the pacing, for whatever reason, felt a little slower. It took a little time to warm up. I think the character's backstory in that book doesn't matter as much. You don't spend as much time. I think you need the character of Martyr, you need to understand his backstory to understand why. Part of the pacing issues, too, I felt were the reasons for why Martyr is down in Mexico are very, very slowly revealed throughout the novel. And part of that, I think, is to build tension, is to make that a mystery. And I wish that had been maybe revealed a little bit sooner, because I don't know how ultimately that much it matters to the overall plot of the book. And so there's characters who are constantly asking him, Martyr, what are you doing? Martyr, what are you doing? Martyr, what are you doing? And I wish that maybe the mystery aspect of it didn't matter as much. And I think he could have used some tools of foreshadowing what was to come to build excitement and kind of the plot points that were coming. So The Return, I didn't think it was necessarily a terrible read. And I think if you're interested in narco fiction, I think it's probably worth a look. I just felt that it could have been more propulsive than it was. And I had some problems with some of the side characters. I did like some of the other side characters. There's a character named Lourdes, who is a young girl who's kind of fascinated by telenovelas and wants to be a star in the city. I thought that was kind of a fun character. And there's also a television reporter who is also kind of an interesting character. But those were my problems with it. But I think overall, if you're interested in this kind of genre, it may be worth a look. So that is The Return by Michael Gruber. Next time I will be reviewing a choose-your-own-adventure style novel that was suggested to me by a reader, and I'll have more information on that. The video for that should probably be up in the next, 4 or 5 days, but we'll see. Until next time, please like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. I'll leave that link below to the review for the Cartel. Until next time, bye.